Okay, it's 1 o'clock. So let's make a start. So thank you all for joining. So this online workshop's about showcasing your creativity during lockdown. Lockdown is now easing, but that just gives you more opportunities to do more things. You've got a bit more freedom in the ways you can express yourself and showcase your creativity. So a lot of these ideas are still going to be relevant, and I'm just going to share with you a few things that other people have done and give you some ideas for um, some of the things you can do online to maybe improve some of your um, employability skills as well as showing your creativity. So, yeah, for anybody who doesn't know, my name's Matt Lewis. I am the Faculty Employability Advisor for Media and Performing Arts. So, if you're studying a media and performing arts related subject at Middlesex, congratulations. I'm your advisor. Lucky you. So, um, before you make any applications or anything like that, get in touch. Um, so today in this workshop, we're going to look at why showcasing your creativity could be important for your future career, some inspirational ideas, things that people have done already, um, and things you could try. So as well as those ideas, maybe groups you could join or sources for learning new skills and things like that. Okay, so um, to get you in the right mindset, the question is if an employer says to you in an interview, what did you do during the COVID-19 lockdown? What are you going to be able to tell them that you got up to? Um, did you use your creative talents to help your community or keep people entertained? Did you join an online group of people that share your creative passions or learn a new skill or a new talent using free online tutorials? Or did you spend your time hoarding toilet paper and watching TV? So you can probably guess. Uh, we'd prefer it if you didn't go with the last option in an interview. Hopefully, you've got some more interesting, relevant things you can talk about. So we're going to give you some ideas for that. Funnily enough, this morning I was looking at a blog by the Careers and Enterprise Co. So Careers and Enterprise Co.uk, um, and they did they had a blog article where they were talking about what employers are now looking for after the impact of COVID-19. And they're saying that actually, in addition to the academic qualifications, employability skills are getting more and more important. So they're looking for people to be able to demonstrate things like problem solving or presenting. So presenting was, yeah, one of the three things that they were quite keen to see. So as you'll see from some of the examples, there's lots of different lots of different ways you can kind of demonstrate skills like presenting. Okay, so here are some things people have done already. And here's a fine example of somebody demonstrating their presenting skills. This is Jessica Kingsley. So you might have seen her in the news going back a couple of months. So she's a performer, and because children weren't able to have birthday parties and go and see their friends and everything, she's been putting on, she's been performing songs over the internet for people. So I think she might have been using Zoom. Don't quote me on that, but it was certainly something like that. So I guess the parents were paying her some money, and she was performing songs from the movie Frozen to help keep children entertained. So um, she got on the news, so that was some fantastic exposure for her business and what she's doing, and definitely a great thing to be able to say in your applications or in your portfolio. Um, so if you're a performer, maybe you might like to do something similar for people. You could start with doing it for your friends. So there's a gentleman called Joe who also made it onto the news. He created a short film about being in it together, COVID-19 in it together. So if you search for that, COVID-19 in it together, you can watch his short film, which was very hopeful and inspiring. Um, And if you were a film student, then perhaps you'd like to do something like that. Um, if if that's if that's a bit too sweet and saccharine for you, you could always do something else to keep people entertained. It doesn't have to be a message of hope and inspiration. You might just do something funny, or in a genre that you particularly enjoy, just to keep people's spirits up at the minute, because obviously people have got a bit more time to be watching videos and things, um, while we're all mostly still working from home. Okay, so Anne-Marie, this is a lady who started the Clap for Carers campaign, which I'm sure you already know about. You probably heard it every night, every Thursday night, 8 o'clock. People clapping for frontline NHS staff and key workers, um, and yeah, that was that was an idea that got started on social media. So if you are a student who was studying something like PR or marketing, things like that, or yeah, then what a great way to show that you can start a campaign of your own. Um, Obviously, do it about something different, but yeah, if you've got any ideas, that could be something you could talk about in your applications. You could talk about um, the what you achieved and what impact it had, and maybe how many people were involved and things like that. Okay, so another one for any budding film or TV students, or anybody who's interested in performing, or actually anybody with any creative talents could get involved in this one. So there's a gentleman from the television department who's got a YouTube channel which is for kids, Lockdown Larry on YouTube. So he has been looking for people to get involved and help produce content for that. So if you look for Lockdown Larry on YouTube, you'll be able to see what he does. So yeah, as well as putting the show together, they have short clips of people doing other things. So people might perform a song or play something. So anything that keeps children amused, you could get involved and do that. So yeah, if you know this gentleman already, get in touch with him. If not, get in touch with me, and I can point you in the right direction. Okay, so this is something I'd like to see a bit more of at the minute. Um, Now that there's not a great deal of live music happening anymore, I think there's one or two festivals starting up. But yeah, there was a young lady. She's not a higher education student. I think she's still in school, but she was doing live streaming dance sets during lockdown. So again, she made it onto the news. And there's been other similar ones. There's been sort of like on like virtual nightclubs and things going on. So again, things are picking up a bit. There are one or two um, music festivals with a bit of social distancing going on, so you could get involved in something like that. Or again, you might want to do something of your own online. Again, people are crying out for things to entertain them at the moment, because there's not a lot of live stuff going on. Okay, so those are some of the things people have done that you might have seen already. You've probably seen some other things that people have been up to as well. So if you've got any other great examples, please share them with us, or tell us what you've been up to if you've done something like that. There are other things you can do. There's lots of groups you can join for all kinds of things, whether it's music or film or something else. Um, just people with a passion and an interest, they like to gather with other people with similar interests, and people are still doing that online. So there's the example here is makingmusic.org. They've got COVID-19 Staying Connected, where musical people have been coming together to make music and get involved in jamming sessions and share compositions and give music lessons and all sorts of things. So you could seek out a group like that. Um, you might be inspired to teach music online. Um, y- you know, if that's something you've done before, great. But I mean, I know there are lots of people that would be really keen to pick up an instrument at the moment that would be, more than happy to have lessons from somebody who can play. Um, so Okay, so another one for the film students. Here's a group you could join. There's an MDX Moving Image Mentoring group on LinkedIn. So this is for anybody who might be interested in careers in film or television. You don't have to have studied film or television to get into film and television. Most people start as runners, and people come from all kinds of backgrounds and disciplines. Um, if you've done something creative or if you have studied film or television, obviously that can be a real big advantage. But yeah, it's a great industry in that if you are determined enough, anybody can get into it. And a lot of employers these days, they don't expect you to have a specific degree relating to that field. There's a lot of overlap between different degrees and different industries. So don't don't think that you can't consider working in other industries that may not be obviously related to what you studied. Um, so yeah, so for anybody really, the Moving Image Mentoring Group. So they get a lot of people from the television and film industries who are in this network. So you can ask for advice, you can post questions, and people will give you the benefit of their experience and insight. And they do arrange talks and things as well. There's similar groups. There's a group for advertising, marketing, PR, and journalism as well. There's an MDX group. I think there's also a gaming group for anybody looking to get into the gaming industries. And similar, yeah, there's a few other ones. If you're looking for that sort of thing, and you can't find one relating to your degree or the industry you want to work in, get in touch with me because I can whisper in people's ears and get them to start that sort of thing up. So yeah, get in touch if you can't find a group that interests you. There are other groups outside of MDX as well. There's plenty of job search groups and things as well, and different industry groups where they share insight and knowledge and tell you what's going on and trends and developments and things. So um, that's something you might want to do at the moment while it's a bit harder to get out there in the real world and seek these things out. Okay, and if you do find yourself at a bit of a loose end, if you feel you need a bit of mental stimulation, there's lots of free courses you can look at online. Um, Artsy.net has a list of 10 creative courses you can take online for free. Futurelearn.com, they have lots of free creative courses online as well. Um, and Skillshare.com, they have lots of video tutorials and things like that. So, um, all creative subjects, non-creative subjects as well. There's technical things you can pick up as well. But yeah, in terms of more creative courses, I've seen things for exploring acting, animation, creative writing, filmmaking, photography, poetry, songwriting, storytelling, all sorts of things. So seek those out. Again, if you can't find the sort of thing that interests you, let me know. Okay, so my esteemed colleague Katie produced an article about this. Actually, there's the blog post is on mdxworks.wordpress.com. That's actually now also on our own website, mdxworks.com. So on mdxworks.com, that's where we keep all of our employability resources for Middlesex students. You would find that in the resources section under the resources for media and performing arts. Um, there's the article there, and also you'll find in the resources, you'll find a blog section. So I believe it's in there as well. Again, if you can't find it, just get in touch with MDX Works or get in touch with me. But to explain, it's a fantastic document full of links and places to help you learn creative skills during lockdown. So lots of ideas for things you could consider doing, and lots of useful links for where you can do that. Um, and um, things like things like creating your own podcast, or creating your own blog, or if you wanted to start up your own fitness video, or if you wanted to teach music online, um, all sorts of things like that. So um, take a look take a look at that. I've got another article as well about uh, finding jobs online using social media and things as well, or creating your own online brand. So if you wanted to maybe spend this time showcasing your creativity by creating your own online portfolio, again, take a look at the resources for media and performing arts on mdxworks.com, or get in touch with me. Okay, so another great source for learning something new is LinkedIn Learning. So usually this is a paid for service, but one of the benefits of being a Middlesex student is that you can get access to it through the library resources. So there's mainly a focus on developing technology, um, like creative technology skills, so like using different um, platforms for sort of design and editing and all sorts of things. Lots of things I don't understand, but there's 5,000 online courses all relating to different disciplines, different industries. So take a look, and um, it also, when you complete a course, you can add skills relating to that to your LinkedIn profile to show what you've learned as well. So that can help impress employers. Okay, so yeah, so those really were just a few ideas to inspire you, and just a few thoughts on things you might want to do um, while you're perhaps spending a bit more time at home or online. So, as I said, you can access support from MDX Works um, online through mdxworks.com. Um, MDX Works, the Careers and Employability Service, we don't currently have a presence on campus, um, but that doesn't mean you can't talk to your advisor. We can still have telephone appointments, or like one-to-one video chat appointments and things like that. So, if you do need any employability support, or yeah, anything relating to careers, and get in touch. One of the things we mainly do is review people's CVs before they apply for anything, or we help with job searching if people don't know where to look for jobs, or a bit of guidance about what careers are out there. So if there's anything you're not sure about, if you're looking for a graduate job, or you're looking for work experience, or internships, or even part-time work, anything like that, get in touch. Um, so, yeah, for resources specific to careers in media and performing arts, come and talk to me, or look on the resources section on mdxworks.com. Okay, so if you if you are applying for jobs at the moment, um, you might want to consider making some speculative applications, because a lot of employers are sitting in front of their computers at the minute and monitoring their emails and things. So even if you can't find vacancies on websites, now might be a really good time to just get in touch with companies, and just ask them if there's any chance of um, work or work experience, or whatever it is you're interested in. But as I keep saying, get in touch with us to get your applications reviewed before you send them. Okay, so here's a few useful links for you. There's some resources for freelance artists, about grants and emergency funding, um, and um, things like that at the UK COVID-19 freelance artist resource, .wordpress.com. There's nextstepsupport.org. They've got tips about searching for jobs during lockdown. I've written articles about that as well. Again, you'll find them on our blog. And for anything relating to Middlesex and COVID-19, you can find the updates on my Uni Hub. So there's a few useful links there for you. And these slides are also available on mdxworks.com, or just get in touch. So if you didn't get time to make a note of those links, just get in touch and we'll provide those. Because yes, as you can see from this slide, there are lots of links and resources and things that could help you. So that's about it from me. If you've got any questions, though, you're all on mute, as I say, so you'd need to type your questions into the chat box. But thank you very much for listening. I hope this has been useful. As lockdown's easing, this could be the last time this workshop runs. Yeah, you can always get in touch and ask a question if you think about something another day, or I'm going to hang around here for a few minutes. If anybody wants to chat anything into that box, let us know. Yeah, let us know if there's anything in particular we can help with, or if there's anything you didn't understand, or if you've got any ideas of your own you'd like to share with other students. Just type it into that chat box, because you are unfortunately all on mute and your cameras are hidden. But yeah, that was just so we didn't have everybody talking at once, and so that we can record it without having to ask permission and things. So no questions so far. I'll give it a few more minutes. Well, while we wait and see if there are any questions, I will tell you about some of the other media and performing arts resources that I've added to mdxworks.com. So again, even if you're not from a media and performing arts subject, it's there's lots of industries there you might want to get into. But yeah, in those resources, there's an area of useful links and lists of employers across a whole range of media and performing arts industries. So there's lists for film and television, VFX, journalism, publishing, music, theatre arts and dance, gaming. What have I missed? There's quite a few things on this. So there's things like lists of employers, including employers where people have previously been for placements, or just sort of places in London that are worth mentioning that you might like to get in touch with if you're looking for work experience or graduate jobs and things. And there's useful links there as well for tips and insight to help you in particular industries. So, a 2D animation student, do you know about any group projects that I could join? That's an interesting one. I've certainly seen things relating to that. Yeah, there's often, I know even within Middlesex, there's often projects you can get involved with to animate videos and things. I wouldn't be surprised if that was the sort of thing that MDX Works does in the future as well. What I'll do is, what I'd say is, if you email me your email address, and I'll double check some of the opportunities I sent out recently, because yeah, I'm sure I've seen stuff like that. I'm just not sure whether it's out of date yet. So yeah, send me an email, so I've got your email address, and if I find something, I'll send it out to you. My email address is m.lewis@mdx.ac.uk. There we go. Look, we've had a suggestion to try Discord on Facebook. But yeah, I mean, there's quite often projects you can get involved with at Middlesex for that kind of thing. You might like to get in touch with that chap who's doing Lockdown Larry, see if there's anything there you could get involved in. Um, but yeah, what you might want to do is book a one-to-one appointment with me, and I can throw some suggestions out there for you about places to look. Um, there's lots of Facebook groups you could join as well, and LinkedIn groups where you might get to hear about opportunities and things like that as well. Um, but yeah, I have seen one or two vacancies recently where people have been looking for those kinds of skills as well. So yeah, send me your email address m.lewis@mdx.ac.uk. I'll go back through the list of opportunities I've shared recently and see if I can dig it out for you, see if it was relevant. Um, any other questions? Oh, well done, Maria. Thank you. Um, so Maria in the chat is just saying that she's seen another opportunity recently for animation students. Um, so yeah, so again on mdxworks.com in the resources there are CV and cover letter templates specific for the television and film industry because they have slightly different expectations. There's a CV template for people who are performers because again they have very different expectations. There's articles there about putting together a portfolio because that's something that the creative students often do, even if it's not a requirement of the course as well. So check on there. I send updates every month to students that I'm aware are looking for opportunities. So um, every month I've been sending out, sometimes it's like 30 or 40 jobs across a range of different industries. So um, yeah, so if you're not receiving those, again, let me know your email address and I'll make sure you're kept up to date. Um, but yeah, any other questions? It doesn't look like we've got any at the moment. Okay, well, I think then we'll call it a day. If anybody thinks of any other questions, as I say, you can email mdxworks@mdx.ac.uk, or if you want to get in touch with me directly, it's m.lewis@mdx.ac.uk. Yeah, so m.lewis. So Matt Lewis, I am the advisor for media and performing arts students. So thank you very much for listening. I hope you found something here that you might you might investigate a bit further, or I hope you might be inspired to do something similar. If actually you've made it this far and you didn't think it was that useful, get in touch with me because perhaps there's other things we can look at to help you. So again, thank you very much, and goodbye for now.